It's Panorama, 9:30, BBC1.
Hello, very good afternoon to you. It looks like we're all going to see some rather more changeable weather this week, and that's going to mean fresher conditions, some stronger winds at times, particularly for the north and west, and a little bit of much needed rain as well for some areas. If we look out to the west, that's where it's all coming from. Weather systems out over the North Atlantic. This is the first one now coming in to affect the western side of Ireland at the present time, and that's going to work its way very slowly across the country during the next 24 hours. That's the satellite picture a little bit closer in, showing the thicker cloud over Ireland. Some gaps, as you can see behind me, over much of England and Wales, so reasonably bright afternoon in many areas, sunny skies, and a bit of cloud floating around in many districts. I think we may just find also an odd shower developing over parts of southeast England. It could be a heavy one, it could be a thundery one, but probably only a 20% chance at the most of seeing one of those. The more persistent rain coming in across Northern Ireland, edging through into the western side of Scotland. Well, I think for most places it's going to be not a bad evening in the eastern districts. We will find that rain gradually pushing slowly and the thicker cloud into the western side of northwest Britain, into Wales, and some drizzly bits possibly getting into the southwest as well. Now, it's not so warm as it was yesterday, 28 degrees, not far off yesterday's figure though, so still pretty hot and sultry in the south and east, cooler, fresher away to the north and west, and the winds quite strong, locally gale force over northwestern parts of Scotland. Now, looking at tonight, that rain really doesn't really move very far. It sort of stays across the north and western regions of the country, basically from a line sort of a hole down towards Dorset. I think to the southeast of that it will be staying dry and fairly clear, and quite a sticky night again, 18 degrees for example in London. Tomorrow then, this little weather front waves its way up the western side of the country, bringing some heavier rain with it, and then collapses southwards as we go through into Wednesday, finally clearing away from the south coast later on Wednesday afternoon. So it will mean quite a bit of rain around to begin with on Tuesday, particularly in the northern and western parts of England. Some heavy pulses pushing their way up towards Scotland. Probably the most southern and eastern counties starting off dry, perhaps misty, sunny skies coming through, and then the rain edging its way a little bit further southeast, but really nothing much materialising in the far southeast here. Brighter skies following in from the north and the west. That's the forecast. Have a good afternoon.
The food at this restaurant was so bad.
I said to the chef, what's the catch of the day? He said hepatitis.
It was so bad that even salmonella wouldn't eat it.
I wouldn't say he's mean, but...
Even the Queen goes to the opening of his wallet.
I know a man so mean he cuts his own hair, even though he's a leading television personality.
Cutting comments in Gagtag. Tomorrow at 8 on BBC1.
You're mine.
When the sweet smell of success goes to your head, you may forget who your friends are.
You've written a show all for yourself. I'm not in it at all.
Always listen to their good advice.
Yes, well, you're going to have to go back to doing what you do best. Writing comedy with both of us in that just isn't that funny.
Or life can be misery. French and Saunders are fighting back. Thursday, 9:30 on BBC1.
In 20 minutes, going for gold. First on BBC1, Rick discovers that friendship can be bought in Neighbours.
Everybody needs good neighbors. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
Income, less expenses equals profit.
Yeah, well, how come there's all those expenses and hardly any profit?
That, old son, is the eternal cry of small businessmen the world over.
Yeah, well, okay, cool. What do I do about it?
One of two things: you could increase your prices or cut back on your